Hey everybody, it's Lori Cooch. Today I'm going to do a project. It's a waterfall card. I know we're a little early for Mother's Day, but this would be a great Mother's Day present because it's going to hold 12 photos and it's just really cute. I'm going to show you how to design the file here in Design Space, and then in the link below I'm going to put, or in the comments below on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to all the products that I used. Some of them are going to be Cricut, some of them are going to be close to my heart. Some of them, I don't even know yet, might be on Amazon, but they'll put links to everything on there and you can get them that way. They will also be on my blog, lorisscrappybunch.blogspot.com. A link to that will also be in the comments. And I will be selling this as a kit that you can order off of my blog as well if you don't want to cut all the things yourself. So let's get started. First, I'm going to make the outside of the card. And I've already done my measurements. I'm going to be using some close to my heart flip-flaps in here. And so I know that I want 4.75 on each side and I want a 1-inch spine. So I'm going to unlock this shape and I'm going to do it 10.5 by 8. So this is going to be my card once it's folded. It's going to be 4.75, a 1-inch, and a 4.75. I'm going to just change the color so that it's easier to work with and you'll be able to see the score lines better. Okay, and now I'm going to position it on my mat at exactly 0 and 0 in the top left corner. So I'm changing the position here to 0 and 0. So now it's perfectly up in the left corner. I'm going to add a score line. I'm actually going to add 2 score lines, but I'm going to copy one after I get it done. So this one, I know it needs to be 8 inches tall because that's how tall my card is. And so then I'm going to duplicate it. So I have the second one. And I know my card is going to fold at 4.75. So I'm going to move this just a little closer so you can see where it is. And then right here, I'm going to put 4.75. And the Y coordinate, I'm going to put 0. So put it right up at the top. And then this one, since the other fold will be exactly 1 inch off, I'm going to put this one at 5.75 and 0, so that is also right there. So this is going to be the front side, the front flap of my card, the spine, and then the back flap. I'm going to close this with a ribbon. So I'm going to add another score line, but we're going to make it a cut line actually. And I know that if this is 8 inches tall, and I'm going to want it in the middle, so it's going to be 4 at the 4-inch mark, but that's a long cut line. I don't really want it that long. And the ribbon that I'm using is 3/8 inch wide. So I'm going to make my cut mark a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go here and go 1/2 inch, but we want it at the 4, so I'm going to put that there. Doesn't have to be exact, but it's going to be pretty close. And let's see, so right now it's sitting at just over 1/2 inch in, and put this at, I don't want to put that at 4 because that's going to put the top at the 4, and this little cross line here shows me it's the center, but I am going to move this to 0.75, so it's in a little bit further. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate that because we need it on the back side too. And if this is 10.5, let me get my calculator because I don't do math quickly in my head. So this is 10.5 and I want it to come in 0.75. I'm going to put it at 9.75. And I did that in my head. I'm not that dingy, but I wanted to double check it. So now they're both in at 3/4 of an inch. Now I want them to be the same, exact same spot horizontally. So I'm going to click on this one, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hold my shift and I'm going to click on that one. And then I'm going to go up here to align. Oop, not that one. Oops, undo. So click this one again, and that one, and then I'm going to align vertically. So that's going to make them the exact same position down on from the top. Okay, so now I have all of my pieces together. I'm going to select all. Oh, wait a minute, back up. This I want to be a cut line and not a score line. So I'm going to change this here to cut. And same with this one. Change that one to cut. Now I'm going to select all. And I'm going to attach them. So when I go to cut this on my machine, it's going to cut them and score them exactly where I want it to be done. I'm going to need 3 copies of this because one is going to be my outside paper. One is going to be the poster board that I'm using from Cricut. That's going to give it some rigid, I don't know, it's going to make it rigid in the middle, and then another one for the inside paper of the card. So I'm going to duplicate that. So I have 3 of them. And then just so Cricut knows to put them on separate mats because they're separate things, I'm going to just change the color on this one to jade, and I'll change the color on this one to sage. And so then I'm going to have the poster board, the outside paper, and the inside paper. Now inside the card, I'm going to be using some flip flaps from Close to My Heart, and those are going to be sized at 3 by 4. Some of them are vertical and some of them are horizontal. I'm going to use 6 of each. So I'm going to add another shape here, and I'm going to size it at 3 by 4. And since I have 6 of each one, I'm going to need 12 of those. So I'm going to duplicate that 12 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm not exactly sure yet exactly what cuts of paper I'm going to use. So I'm going to just leave those all the same color and then put the paper on my mat as I want them to cut. And I'm going to video that as well. But there is the Design Space file. It's so simple. And I will share this. If someone purchases a kit, it will come pre-cut, but the Design Space file will be shareable and will be in the link below the YouTube video as well. So let me save it. And I'm going to just call it Waterfall Card. So that's all the pieces for the cut. So now we're going to cut it.